How could a judge grant him bail?
Only hope of you getting your sister back.
If we don't do something now, he'll become a bigger monster than his father.
We're getting ready to take over Queens.
You're gonna ruin everything we worked so hard for.
Someone who has access to you is framing you.
You gotta be sure.
Everything I did was to protect you. You're playing a dangerous game.
What's happening, Power and TV loving fans? This is going to be my episode 7 trailer breakdown. We slow down the trailer, we pick it apart piece by piece, and we try to do some figuring out of what is going on. And so far, man, we've got a lot of stuff going on. Braden about to play the hell out of Kane and Monet. Mecca and Lorenzo about to have a fire-ass showdown. And is anyone wondering what would happen if Lauren would have popped up at Tariq's apartment when him and Effie was going pat leather on top of pat leather, sparking all kinds of fire? And do you guys see a situation where Lauren could end up being shot in the same manner as Angela? And then you also got to think about this. Tariq was schooled by all these killers in the game. Ghost, Kanan, Tasha, Tommy, Jukebox, Ray Ray, Dre. All these people influenced Tariq to be the guy he is now. And once Tariq started playing chess, the Tejada family is going to be in real trouble. And I think we saw the beginnings of that in this coming episode. We're going to go ahead and break it down and talk about it right now. But I wanted to remind you guys, if you are a Hightown fan, I've got America's favorite villain, Acito Atkins Esteman, coming through Wednesday night at 9 p.m. from Starz' high-powered show, Hightown. And then on Thursday night, we got America's favorite muscle from Hightown, Chota, played by Dominique Santana. He will be here on Thursday night, 9 p.m. to answer the question of why he ratted on Frankie. If you're finding me for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so when I drop videos, you get them. Follow me on Instagram and also go download the Life Games podcast as we're breaking down everything we do on this channel into the podcast so that you guys can take it with you. Let's watch the trailer one more time and then let's just start from the very beginning.
How could a judge grant him bail?
The only hope of you getting your sister back.
If we don't do something now, he'll become a bigger monster than his father.
We're getting ready to take over Queens.
You're gonna ruin everything we worked so hard for.
Someone who has access to you is framing you.
You gotta be sure.
Everything I did was to protect you. You're playing a dangerous game.
So in the very beginning, we hear Professor Addiction talking to Tate, saying, how in the hell did a judge let Tariq out of jail with bail, considering Tariq shot or has allegedly shot a cop? And she has no idea the pieces around her that she's dealing with. Tariq's a mastermind killer. Professor Tate is an influencer. And he has influence over that judge. And he just sitting back letting Professor Addiction shoot herself into a deeper and deeper hole. Leave me comments if you want to see Short Man Tate getting them Professor Hot Pocket Addiction draws. But here's going to be an issue for Professor Addiction. We saw in the very last episode, Lauren went to the DA to say, look, let me up out this deal. And guess what? DA told her no. But Cooper Saxe was standing right the hell by the door listening. And Lauren is very, very upset right now. And she's got all this information. And if you guys can remember from season 1, she got a note saying that a professor at Stansfield was sleeping with a student. Well, she knows exactly who the hell that is now. And she could probably go right to Cooper Saxe with this information, put some heat on Professor Addiction, and then Professor Addiction is probably going to be under more and more pressure to do something which might land her in bed with old Short Man Tate. And you know what? Your boy is here for all of it. And then we get Tariq in a room talking to Tate. No doubt he wants Tate to help him get his little sister because Tate has got influence. That's why they gave you that Easter egg yesterday in the show called Influence. And I'm wondering how much of this story it's going to cross over into Tate's story influence. I can't wait for that. And he's just saying, look, Tariq, I need you to keep working on that deal you supposed to have gave me from the very beginning. And then we see Tariq signing some paperwork in a meeting with his sister. No doubt the sister is about to be put right back into the state's custody because you can't give her to the grandma, and Tariq is in no position to deal with her right now. He ain't even got nowhere to stay no more. He's on campus. Then, ladies and gentlemen, I told you from the very beginning, Tameika is back. And Tameika, I love her character. She is telling Cooper Saxe, Tariq is going to be more of a monster than the daddy. And I don't know what Cooper Saxe is trying to plot with Tameika. I can't wait to see what it is, but you know it's going to be something diabolical. And as she's talking to him, you see Tariq sitting in what looks to be a church or maybe another courtroom, just contemplating, thinking about what's going to be the next move. And then you see Lorenzo Tejada just having a conversation with his son, Drew, as Drew is getting ready to start executing his plan, my people, to go and chase the BK2 Broad Street Killers clan. And you see him getting ready to pull his gun, and you see him putting a mask on, and you are about to see Drew go AWOL this episode, my people. You are seeing Drew just get more and more diabolical. You're going to see him reach his full potential, and I think Drew is going to really show you guys that he the toughest one in that Tejada gang in terms of the children. We see Monet talking to Dante, telling him, look, bruh, you messing up everything that I got going on with my family. You need to fall back. But ladies and gentlemen, I say this again. Is that the face of someone who falls the hell back? Absolutely not. And then you know he still got that trained assassin chef assassin working with him, and all kinds of access to money, weapons, airplanes, helicopters he likes to seduce women in. He's got access to all that stuff. And this dude ain't falling back without a fight. Plus, he is ready to have a meeting with his son, and I can only imagine how that is going to go if they allow that to happen this season. And then we see a new crew. I doubt this is the FBI. This is a female, and she's got guns with the red dots, my people. Now, that's some serious shit. Could this be someone with Mecca's crew? They look like they kicking in the door, waving the 4-4 somewhere. I don't know where this is. This could be the Tejada's little bar that they own. It could be somebody's home, but this is definitely a tough-ass female. Look at the eyebrows. I don't see many men who got eyebrows that nice. And then you see more of the people coming in with the red lasers. This is some serious heavy equipment they coming through with, and they mean business whoever they could get. And then we see Saxe talking to Cooper. We see Saxe talking to Tariq in what was either a church, I think it was, or maybe it's a courtroom. And Tariq got on the snowfall outfit. I have no idea what they're talking about, but Cooper Saxe is extremely animated. And maybe by this point in time, Lauren has come to Cooper Saxe and, told Cooper Saxe what's going on and is corroborating the story of someone framing Tariq, because Tariq dropped the bug on Lauren last week about what happened with Zeke and Professor Addiction. And then in the next scene, we see Tariq slamming the door in the face of Lauren. And look at the look on Lauren, little butterfly face. I'm going to start calling her Lauren the butterfly. She looks so sad. And I think Tariq is not trusting her because he knows someone close to him had to help, besides Braden, get the dime on him and put information in there. Now, why he would think it's Lauren, I have no idea. But, his devil daddy got in his ear and was like, look, the ones that are closest to you, you can't trust them. So that's what he's doing. And so what do I think Tariq is going to do? He's going to plot a plan to divide the Tejada family. And that plan is going to start with Diana, because the next scene we see him in the face of Diana, and he's giving Diana the puppy dog look. And we already know Diana has met Effie, is sweet on Effie, but the mama don't know Diana met Effie, and Diana ain't gonna tell the mama she met Effie. And Diana is looking at Tariq like, sweet Reek, I still want you, my sweet Reek. And Sweet Reek is going to use this love, this affection Diana has for him to strictly divide that Tejada family. And I cannot wait when Tariq finds out that Mecca is the one pulling the strings of Monet and Kane. And Diana is going to be the one to keep digging the dagger into her mama. And I'm so here for it because so many of y'all is on Team Monet over one small checkerboard move when we playing a game of chess. And then we see someone who looks very, very similar to Keno's boy. And if you look in the corner, there's red dots behind him. So that could have been the Broad Street crew that was breaking into whatever facility we seen earlier in this trailer. Because if you do the comparison look, that looked just like Keno's main dude that we saw from last episode. And then in the next scene, we see some, looks like a crime scene getting blown the hell up, my people. I mean, man, it's going to be fireworks. And then we see what looks to be Everett in a corner, and Kane is approaching him. Is Kane going to take this dude hostage? I don't see Kane killing Everett right now because we've still got a couple of episodes to go. But would he take him hostage and lock him up somewhere, beat him up just to get at Drew? And in the next scene, we see Kane talking to Drew, and we see Drew get so frustrated because Kane is saying, look, everything I done was to protect you. Next thing I know, Drew is hemming up Kane. And I told y'all, it looks like Drew about to be the toughest, even though a lot of y'all been trying to say he's the softest just because you like boys. That don't mean you soft. You can still be a cold-blooded killer, and you guys should have learned that from The Wire, even if you're gay. Then in the last scene, we see Professor Addiction giving Meth McLean those sweet, subtle eyes. And ladies and gentlemen, we've all seen those eyes given before, and we know what the hell that means. He getting them draws because Professor Addiction ain't got enough money to afford his fees, but what will top off his fees is them hot pocket draws she got, and you know he wants some because we haven't seen him in a sex scene since last year, and we really haven't seen her in a scene since Zeke. And you guys know that someone who has an addiction similar to hers, them little underwears is thumping right now, especially with all this stress going on in her life. She needs some love, and whatever he's going to do with her, it's going to involve a lot of money that she ain't got, and she's going to have to give up some. And then one more thing that's going to be a twist. As we start seeing this show, it looks to be catapulting to influence. We know that Tate is going to have an issue with his own damn brother because the brother really, really wants to put Tariq in jail. But we know Tate is working on an inside deal with Tariq, and that's going to cause friction between the brother. And let's not forget Detective Waiting to Exhale. They didn't show us him for a reason. So he's going to be involved in this thing. And I'm just wondering how many of these characters is going to be going on to the show influence. Ladies and gentlemen, post me all your comments. This show is just getting more and more turned up. Tariq is stuck not being able to go nowhere because of that box on him. We've got all these sub stories going on. You ladies are happy that Diana got choked, but at the end of the day, I do believe Diana is going to come out on top. Let me know what you think. Be sure to tune in for my interviews Wednesday night with Atkins Estima. He plays Aceto on Stars' Hightown. Then Thursday night, Chalita, who's played by Dominique Santana. He was the muscle on Hightown. And tune in tonight as we go live with the crew, me, J-Mo, Nita, and Moochie to talk this story because it is fire. That's going to do it for this video. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, get yourself that life game. Follow me on IG. Hit me with your questions and comments. Till that next Sex is Hell video, I'll see you.